tapping in.
Are we live?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Speaking of things that we love, that we like, that we enjoy a great deal, man, things that we feel. Last one's left. 42 Dugg and EST Gee.
Miles Xavier. Sometimes you'll be enjoying a lovely day, and out of nowhere, the hip hop gods will come down and deliver you with an album that it knows you're gonna love. And for that, we thank God for hip hop.
Big facts. Big facts. Now, I did that thing with this one. You know, when knowing it's something special, something you wasn't expecting, something that you know that you're going to like, you can't hold off. You wait for the right. I didn't go straight to it. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to wait till the right time when I'm in my bag, when I got one rolled. This one delivered, man. This one, I heard a little bit from you that it was right, that it was like that. It's really like that. These are some of the most two of the hottest, and I think hot is the right word to describe them, right? Of all the things that you can be in the game, they are the hottest right now putting music out. You know what I mean? We don't got to go to the 42 versus EST Gee conversation. We can enjoy them as brothers for a second before we go there. I think that they complement each other really well. I think they have very different styles, but they deliver over this hard instrumentation really, really well. And they both each have something more interesting to say about gangster shit than the average rapper.
Which is a skill on its own, which is a whole skill on its own. And I think what attracts us to gangster rap a lot of the times is the ability to relate towards what is being explained. When Ice Cube talks about today was a good day, that is a big relatability element to it. And so, not to be an old head about it, but like jumping down into what we liked about 4-2 and what we liked about G is that there's always been that relatability especially when you drop that special that we heard EST Gee come up with before, and just seeing how everybody just was able to catch on to that and repeat it. It speaks to the fact that these guys clearly know how to be able to make music that people enjoy. And so when I see a pairing of this sort, it speaks to the genius and the brilliance that is Yo Gotti.
Word. Yeah, the label's going crazy. And it's just you never know when these type of collaborations are going to work. When I'm mid-listen to this, I texted you and I was like, bruh, this might be one of the hottest, pairings that we've seen in a minute. And we referenced Pooh Shiesty and Big 30. We referenced Dirk and Von. It's been a lot of pairings, right? Dirk and Baby. And I'll put this album, especially as a project, being able to deliver on that pairing up there with a lot of the collab albums we've gotten recently.
Yeah, over Mozzie, Gunplay, even. I mean, and this is what you want to see. You want to see the hottest people making music together in this way. I've said Drake and Future, that was shot down very, very quickly. But I could see how this could be considered a stronger offering, man. What the good thing of the great thing about this particular piece from these two, like you said, the styles are different, but you're able to enjoy both of their styles together at the same time, and they bounce off of each other so well. I think this playlist is put together quite fantastically in the pacing of it. I enjoy the way that it's even sequenced is the word. The sequencing of it, the audio experience of it is so specific, and it just slaps so hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing about being really like truly hot, right? Is that not a lot of artists are hungry and are able to catch a vibe off of being hungry, and that hunger translates, and they catch one. But to be able to catch one, and I'm thinking of 42 with a We Paid, right? Like to be able to continue to take that energy and create tracks that sound different, right? I didn't really get ear fatigue listening to this, and to the extent that I thought I would with, two guys that make a very particular type of music. To be able to make tracks that sound different, to not run out of content, to not run out of different types of ways to approach a track, different pockets to find, different flows. That speaks to a longevity in the game that I hope that they're able to maintain. I really appreciate it. Like Ice Talk, I love even the beats are creative. The spacing, the moments of silence, man. I went from Ice Talk, Spin, Scratch Some, All Hundreds, Everybody Shooters too. Man, Never Scared. There's some heat here, man.
There's
Did
some
I
heat.
say All Hundreds? Man.
There's some heat.
Go ahead.
I was 13 songs in before I even pressed skip, and I was like, this is absolutely insane. And ran it back again from the top just to continue listening to how each song, literally from track 1 to track 13, is pretty strong. That My Youngin' is so strong. Free Zewski, hearing from Big 30, Free the Shiners, Spin, Never Judge You, Ice Talk, Dumb Shit, all dumb hard.
Yeah, so now I held off. Now, Dugg versus EST Gee. And I ain't even going to make a case, really, for who I think is harder or who I think is better. I'm going to tell you something that's even more controversial.
Hold on. It sounds to me like you taking me to homie court, and we want to try something where you take somebody to homie court.
All right. All rise. That Judge Mathis music up out of here.
Come on, Miles, roll with the punches.
I'm rolling with you. All right, so
get that Judge Mathis music out of here.
But yo, I think the reason why EST Gee, like, there's something about EST Gee style that I really, really like. But I think realizing that to me, there's a lot of Sada Baby there. Helped me understand why I'm like, oh, that's why it don't hit like Dugg seems like original. When I think of Dugg, I think of Dugg, like his voice, his style. When I think of EST Gee, I'm like, why doesn't he feel as original to me? And it's because when he really in his bag, there's a lot of Sada Baby there.
The question in hip hop that we ask all the time is it about who did it best or about who did it first? And if we have to take on that portion of hip hop, I can see the Sada Baby influences, but I don't think they are as they're not as distracting. It's just not like I'm listening to Baby Keem and clearly hearing Kendrick. It's not like that. I think it's a little bit more distant than that. What I will say is that there are times where Dugg's delivery and his tone can be off-putting to me, where it's an acquired ear sort of elements, and I get that a lot with Future as well when he gets into his super melodic bag. Even with Dirk, TBH is when things get to the melodic. When they take him super melodic, it becomes a bit difficult for me to listen to. And I think what I enjoy from G is that there's not a lot of that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel you. I feel like that could be polarizing, and I feel like that's what I really like that aspect of Dugg. I really think he approaches tracks in a way that other people wouldn't approach him, and I think he leans into that drawl of his voice and like allows it to give tracks a little bit of edge. That just when it hits, that's it for me. I feel him that much more. This one is hard to even like put a score on, man. Like for what it is, I'm at 4.5.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a 5 for it. No, I'm not going to hold you. I'm gonna slap a whole 5 on this official review, man. This to me is one of my favorite favorite mixtape that will come out for my 2 favorites, and they deliver on it. We gonna need a CMG group project. They got Mozzie over there. They got these two. What I was disappointed in this album, actually, that I wanted to say, no Black Youngster. How is there no Black Youngster on this album? How is there also no Yo Gotti on this album? I found that to be quite peculiar. The Yo Gotti one, I could, maybe there's a deluxe coming. Maybe there's a deluxe, and we'll get that.
I hope so. I hope so. The other thing that I might add to it is this felt like it was both of them in the studio together. And so maybe it was an on-site thing. And if it wasn't like, we're going to send you this beat, you get to it wherever you at. Maybe it was we doing it with who's here. We getting it done. Cause I did get that vibe. I didn't get a sent back and forth. I felt like they were really writing these in the studio. That's me. So man, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. Put it on that. Last one's left. This one's steady in rotation. We know it's been a lot of music that's been coming out. We got to feed the Live Nation, man. We definitely coming back. What we got next week? We doing another double, right?
We're doing another double, and we'd like for y'all to be able to please let us know exactly what you want us to talk about. So hit us up on the DMs, comment on some of the stories that you see us posting up. We've seen that the community is growing. We know, shout out to our listeners on the SoundCloud stage. We see y'all clicking in. We appreciate y'all. Everyone that speaks to us outside of this podcast about the work that we're doing. Man, nothing feels, that's such a particularly good feeling when people get to, speak about what you've spoken about and extending the conversation past that. The family is the Live House family is growing.